Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is me featuring the Antidote Palette, Carnival 4 Antidote Palette from BPerfect Cosmetics. Sweeties, I know you have seen this up and down YouTube because it is kind of a very hyped palette. BPerfect Cosmetics is a very in brand, and I of course had to jump on that train. I had to. Ever since I got my previous palette from BPerfect Cosmetics, which was, actually it's not true, because in the meantime I've also bought the Dream Big Manifest palette, which I've been working with off camera, and boy oh boy, is that a beautiful palette. But what I was actually about to say is that last year around that time I also purchased the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. That was my first palette from BPerfect Cosmetics and I love that one. And this one is of course a totally different vibe, but so gorgeous, sweeties. Okay, so let's just look at this, because for maybe the one or two that have not seen this palette, because I don't know why, but this is how the palette looks. And of course this is in collaboration with Stacey Marie, as all of the Carnival palettes, I think. So yeah, and this is what we're working with today. I have done already 2 more looks with the palette, and of course after you seeing me create this look, you will see those other 2 looks in pictures, and then that will be followed by the review part. So that is what we're going to do today. I also need to talk to you about their primer, because that is also what I've been trying now for the first time with these looks that I've started to create with this beautiful palette. And also of course I have to tell you a story, because I've been hinting at this already in a previous video, that I need to tell you about how I got this palette. It was kind of dramatic and really nerve-wracking, and that is going to be what my story time today is all about. So if you have just found me, I'm Leorah. I'm a makeup artist and stylist, and I am living for colorful makeup, colorful styling. Feel free to check out my social media, which is linked in the description box down below. Of course you can check out all my social media and see what I'm doing while I'm off camera, and of course while I'm on camera. And besides that, of course, subscribe to my channel. That would just be awesome, to add more people to this beautiful place. Also, I should tell you that I have actually applied for an affiliate code with BPerfect Cosmetics. As of right now, when I'm filming this, I have not gotten an answer yet, because they need some time to kind of review the applicant, I don't know how to say that. So anyway, they need to review my channel and of course also see my social media and all of that, and then they will decide if I am worthy. So in any case, I cannot tell you right now if I have one or not, in case you want to order this palette or whatever else. But if I will have it, or if I will get it later on, I will add it to my list of codes in the description box. Okay, so you will find it there. In case there is one, it will be listed there. So anyway, all right, with this whole long speech, let's just go right into the video. I hope you'll enjoy. Let's just hang out and let's go back in time to when I put on this makeup. Hi my sweet lovelies. Okay, welcome to my pajama time. Good morning to my very early morning. All right, sweeties, you know what we're doing today. I've told you already in the intro. So now also one eye is primed already with this primer, sweeties. I might want to say that this is going to be my favorite one so far. This is the BPerfect eyeshadow primer. Seriously, like so cool. And as you can see, this is like, it's my skin tone. It is so cool. You know, I know that of course people with a darker skin tone also need to have something lighter in order to make the colors pop, but for me as a pretty fair girl, having something that is actually my skin tone is so cool. You know, I'm really enjoying this, and it's working super well so far. Okay, so anyway, this is what it is. Now let us go and dig into the palette. You will of course also see my other looks later, but today I want to go in with the greens, because, you know, try to stop me. Okay, I want to use this color here first. And let's see what happens. I want to put that at the outside of the crease. I don't honestly have like a real plan yet for the look. I just know I want to use the greens. So let's just put that right here. And of course, as you know, I want to talk to you about how I got this palette. Now, I ordered this, you know, they sent out this early access code, or you could sign up for an early access code for this palette, and I did that, and I ordered it right then and there. And maybe you also know that I also have the previous Carnival palette, the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti. Last year, at around that time, it had launched, and back then I also had trouble getting it, not because of BPerfect Cosmetics, but because of my local post office. Last time, I'm gonna go into the shade Dusty, this one. Okay, last time I had ordered it with like regular mail, and it got stuck at my post office, and it was lying there for almost a month without them even giving me a pickup notification, you know, which was like, seriously, I almost had a meltdown last year at my post office. Just saying, okay? So anyway, that was last year. Now this year I had high hopes. I was like, okay, this time I'm going to get this palette. It's going to be all beautiful and everything. And, you know, I never have like hopes of me being the first one to have a video up. Like seriously, you know, everybody in America had their palettes 2 weeks before me. You know, I don't even have high hopes like this at all, and it's fine. I don't care. This shade, Moss, yeah. Okay, so anyway, but I just wanted to get the palette, you know. So everything looked good. It was supposed to come with DHL. And the thing was, of course, I have to be fair and say that we are here still while I'm filming this. We are in the middle of the Jewish high holidays. And of course, DHL Israel has to work around that. They are, of course, not going to deliver on our holidays, right? So, because nobody's going to open for them probably, you know, at least not where I live. So, to be fair, that has to be, of course, said that it is also hard to work around that at the moment, because it is very broken up, our days right now, you know, with all of these holidays that are going on. All right, so we just had the Jewish New Year, and right before the Jewish New Year, I got a message from DHL that my package is on the way to the country, and once it has cleared from customs, I will get another message, and I can then choose a pickup place, or the delivery can be scheduled and all of that. Perfect. That always happens. It's fine. Okay, so then once it was time for choosing the pickup date, or the scheduling for everything, I went into the link that they sent to me. I have to continue the look, don't I? Okay. How I'm going to continue? Maybe with this one. Wow, we're using a lot of greens. I'm going to use a little bit more of a fluffy brush, and I'm going to just sort of try to shear out this shade here a little bit, the darker one. So yeah, anyway, so I went into the link and I tried to schedule the delivery, because I wanted to have it here delivered to my address and not pick it up somewhere, because who needs the hassle, right? So the thing was though, or the thing is, which always happens on that website of DHL, that if you do have a PO box in your address, it will not deliver it to a PO box, okay? And I know that, I understand that, but they don't give you an option to change that, your original address that you ordered with, to an actual physical address, so they can deliver the package. That should be part of the website, that there is a notification for people who don't know that yet, that it cannot be delivered to a PO box, and please put your new address here where you want to have it delivered. They don't do that. Okay, so you choose basically the delivery instead of picking it up somewhere, and then you send it off, and then at some point they will get back to you and or call you or write you another message that your address is invalid and you have to change it. Then you can change it. Thing is that like that, you just lose more time, you know, because you will not be delivered, or you will not be delivered, your palette will not be delivered on the next day, because by then the whole route of the delivery guy has already been printed out and whatever, so you will be pushed off to the next possible day. And for me, I should have gotten the palette on a Thursday. Now, because nobody on DHL Israel is working on Fridays, I got pushed off to this next Sunday instead of Thursday. Okay. Could be easily solved just by putting that on the website, that you can immediately update your address. All right, so anyway, that is that. Now, I was expecting the palette on Sunday. They said they will be coming till the end of the business day. So I was waiting. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I should also say that on the Thursday before, or on the Wednesday before, I got a phone call then from DHL. On the Thursday, I got a phone call from DHL, so I could update my address, and then she told me it's going to come on Sunday, right? So just to give you the whole timeline. And I waited all Sunday, and it didn't come. Now on the Monday, as you know, I'm always filming my new makeup releases on Mondays, so I did that, and then I went to call the customer service of DHL because I wanted to know what is happening. Why didn't I get my package yesterday? Because I had planned to already do my first look on the day when I'm filming my new makeup releases, because I wanted to already wear the first look. Yeah, it didn't happen. I always have something else to work with, but still, this is not how it should be, right? So this is right now just a bone color matte. Anyway, that was that. So I called them, and I asked what's going on, and the person checked, and he said then, yeah, your package is right now at a daughter company. I don't know if one says it like this in English, like a daughter company, which is called BAL. That's an Israeli company that is apparently working with DHL. Is this interesting? I don't know. So yeah, anyway, and apparently the last time my package had been scanned was basically on the Saturday before, like 2 days before I called, and it said there as a note, invalid address. And I'm like, but you guys spoke to me last Thursday, and I was supposed to get the package yesterday. Like, what is happening? So he said he has to write an email to BAR, to the daughter company, and find out what's happening. And then he said, if you don't hear anything from us till tomorrow at noon, which was like then, I don't know, let's say 26 hours from the time I was calling, then please call again. And I was like, I was this close to blowing my top off. So I said then to him, do you know what that means? Because do you know what that means? If you don't, because it was right before Yom Kippur, which is our next holiday after the Jewish New Year, which meant again there would not be delivery, you know. And he said, well, I said, when am I getting my package then? You know, if I don't get it today, if I can only call you again tomorrow, when am I actually going to get my package? He said, well, maybe like in 2 days or something like this. Then I said to him, listen, in 2 days, you are not going to make deliveries because that is the morning of Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. And if you don't deliver it before then it's going to go right into my Shabbat where you don't deliver either, which means that at the end of all of this, I will get my package 1.5 weeks after I was supposed to get it, you know? So yeah, I said, you better find my package. You better find my package because I need that package. This is for my business, you know? Is my business a huge business? No, but it still is my business, you know? And I'm like very protective of my business. So anyway, so he promised me to do whatever and whatever. So the next day, 12 o'clock came, and I hadn't gotten an email or a phone call from anyone. So I went back to call the customer service, and I was like, there was a different person on. This is looking nice, I think. Is this looking nice to you, sweeties? Anyway, there was another person on the customer service line, and of course I gave her the file number or the case number, and she looked into it, and then she said, okay, I found your package. It should be coming to you today. And I was like, yes, okay, are you sure? Because are you sure? And she said, yes, it's with the delivery guy already. I was so happy. But I didn't trust them, honestly. At this point, I did not trust them, really. Okay, let me just go in with another color. I'm just trying to find a brush. Maybe this one. Because I also want to try this super dark cold green, which is the shade Antidote. Coincidence. Okay, let's also use the shade that has given the name for the whole palette. And let's place that right here to have even more depth. The black I have tried already in the palette, which works really nice, so that's why I didn't feel like I needed to use that. Okay, so it was basically 12:15, around noon, all right, by that time, after I had finished talking to the service department, all right? So my husband had just walked in and we were talking about something in preparation for Yom Kippur. Now, suddenly there was a huge knock on the door. It was not like that. It was like boom, 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 like that. Okay? Did you just wake up? Yeah, you're welcome. So anyway, our doors are always locked for security reasons. And this is scary because usually also our garden gate is locked for security reasons, and it's a high gate. Nobody gets in really without being seen or without having to be buzzed in by the intercom, because we're living in an area that is not, you know, this area of the world is not the safest. Okay, so anyway, it does not happen that people come to our door really, but there was a reason, and I'm not going to go into it, why our garden gate was open. So someone actually came to the door, and I was like, scary. I ran into the kitchen and hid in the kitchen, and my husband went to the door and opened. I said to him, you open, and I hide. Okay, yeah, that's our relationship. So anyway, that was that. Let us go in and use also some more shimmers here, maybe. Let us use nectar, maybe this one. Maybe I should use these two. Let's try. Let's just see which one is the lighter one. It's definitely nectar. This is nectar and this is venom. So cool, both of them. Okay, so I'm going to put nectar in the inner part and then venom in the middle. So let's do that. Okay, so my husband opened the door and there was a guy in private clothes, just a guy. He had a package, a little bit beaten up, from BPerfect Cosmetics. He just shoved it towards my husband. He said, "For Leorah," and then he left. So yeah, anyway, my husband came back in, locked the door, and he was like, look at this. Is this the package you have been waiting for? That was seriously like 5 minutes after I had gotten off the phone with the service department, you know? And it was so funny because this guy, it looked like, I don't know, but it looked like they had taken him from vacation time or something, because he was not wearing delivery outfit. He was not coming in a delivery car. He came in a private car. I don't know. But anyway, so he shoved that package in my husband's hands and left. I didn't sign anything. I didn't like... So that was so funny though, because it really felt like, okay, let's just get this package to Leorah so she stops calling and she stops being angry at us. It was really, really funny. Now, unfortunately, the package arrived, as I said already, a little bit beaten up, and as a result of that, the palette itself had five broken shades, and I've spoken already in a previous video. I think it was my makeup haul for the month of August, where I spoke about that I actually posted a flat lay like this on Instagram, and the customer service of BPerfect Cosmetics immediately got in touch with me, and I have to say, the girl who was dealing with me, that is Anne, amazing. She dealt with me. The whole thing was settled within a couple of hours. I had part of my money back, you know, as a refund, because I could have had a new palette, but then I would have had to send this one back, but I knew that I could repair it, so that was not really something that I wanted to do, because then who tells me that the next one is going to arrive in one piece, you know? Like, do I have a guarantee for that then? You know? So anyway, so I chose the option to have a partial refund, and a couple hours later the whole thing was settled. And I have to say, that girl, she was on top of things. She was constantly apologizing. I was thinking already, come on, stop apologizing. It's not the end of the world. It's a few broken shades. Like, seriously, I'm sure there are customers who are like really, really upset about it, but I live with stuff like this all the time, you know? So, I mean, seriously, after all, it's makeup. It's not like rocket science, you know? So anyway, But that was that, you know. So basically BPerfect Cosmetics saved the day for me, because, or the customer service of BPerfect Cosmetics saved the day for me, because now I have my palette, it's in working order, it's a beautiful palette, and I could start working with it, and I'm actually really enjoying it, like super much. So anyway, I'm going to finish this, of course, because I've been rambling forever, and I'm going to show you, of course, the other looks. Swatches, I don't think so, because it is just too much. But I might attempt to do some swatches on my social media, maybe on my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram at some point, but not right now. It's just too many shades for my little space, you know. So anyway, that is that. So I'll see you here in just a second for the other two looks, and of course also then for the review part. So stay tuned. Alright, my sweeties, and now we're back here for the review part. You have seen all the looks and hear me talk about this story, how I got this palette. I still need to laugh about it. In the moment when it all happened, it really made me, like, it drove me nuts. It really did, because it's not funny, you know? It's really not funny. Now looking back, it kind of gets smoothed over by, I don't know, something golden, you know? I really don't know, but this is usually how it is with stuff that happened in the past, and then at some point you look back and you are like, yeah, well, you know. But anyway, in the moment when it happened, I was really annoyed, and it feels so unfair, you know, because you pay for, you pay extra high for like special shipping, and then you're still kind of at the end of the line, and then you get the package broken, and it's like, this is not right, you know. So anyway, BPerfect made it all well again, and of course the palette works beautifully, as you probably saw in the two looks and also in this one. So with that, let's just zoom in and let's give you a closer look to what we have created here together. So this is how the look turned out. I am super happy about it, as always. I'm usually really happy with the outcome of my makeup, and I will of course also in just a second tell you how I finished the look, because you didn't see what I did basically under my lower lash line, right? So okay, let's zoom you back out. Alright, so let me just tell you what I did. In my inner corner I have this one, which is kind of an obvious choice. This is kind of a golden shimmer shade, and then under my eyes I have a green on my waterline, and then I chose this one here for the inner part under my eye, under my lower lash line, and I blended it out with this one towards the outside, and then I just used different shades. I think this one here and this one for under, like to blend them out towards the bottom, if that makes sense. You know, these shades are not super visible because I just used a hint of them in order to just get a better blend. And then towards the lower lash line, where I have the green on the waterline, I also pushed a little bit more of this shade, which is also the one that I have here in the outer corner. This is the shade Antidote, you know? So that is basically how I finished the look. And then for the liner, I also used a shade from the palette, which is this one. This is the shade Pinup. The shade Pinup. I used that together with Duraline from Inglot and created the liner, and I think it adds a really nice fall-y, autumny touch. Yeah, so that is basically it. So you do have this beautiful palette here, it says here 29 highly pigmented matte shades and 16 luxe creamy shimmers. Sweeties, I might be wrong, but just from what I'm feeling, I feel that the shimmer formula is at least double as good as the one in the last palette, in the Love Tahiti palette. I think I really feel that these shimmers are so superior to the other ones. Really, the mattes were also really nice. The only matte of what I've used so far, and I've used quite a bit already, that felt a little bit maybe less pigmented was this one, the shade Dusty, which I also used today here up there in the middle. But that is basically it. Everything else that I've used so far worked really well, and I'm super impressed. This is a beautiful palette. If this is a color scheme you consider working with, this is definitely worth the price, I have to say. I love this. This is so beautiful. First, I completely honest, you know, when they revealed the shades and they went row by row, and I was like less and less interested. But sweeties, I underestimated this palette. 100%, you know? And I kind of feel like I also sometimes underestimate myself what I can create with a palette like this, because it does not need to be just like monochromatic brown, monochromatic orange, monochromatic green. You know, there's way more in this palette. There's way more you can do with this. And I think this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, even for me, who usually works with like super bright colors, this is beautiful. This is like a soul palette, you know, and I love this. Now, the performance was super, super nice. I did not experience any problems. Like even the one shade that I just, I think it was called Dusty, where I said it was maybe not the super most pigmented, also that worked okay. It was not like it was any big problem, okay? I did not experience anything that was really serious. I don't think there was any staining. There was definitely no fading and no creasing. They were absolutely buildable in all of the looks. I do believe I went in with the darkest shade first and then kind of, you know, built them up and blended them out. Worked super, super well. I love this palette. I wish I could just linger a little bit longer with this palette, seriously. I also need to talk to you about this one for sure, because this is the first time for those 3 looks that I've done now with this palette. It's the first time that I have tried this primer. Now, I'm in general right now a little bit in that mode of trying different primers. While for like 2 years straight, I only used the one from Sigma in the shade Ignite, and I was kind of really, really stuck on that one and kind of also scared to use something else because I knew that one was working for me. But right now I feel confident enough to just try whatever, you know? So I ordered this at the same time together with this palette, and I'm so, so happy that I did that. So, so happy that I did that. I don't even know, this could be my best one yet. You know, I love this. Of course, always consider that primers, that is a very, very personal thing. What works best for me doesn't mean anything. You would need to try that for yourself. But for me personally, for what my needs are right now and what my likes are right now, this is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This works so well on me. Anyway, so this was a very, very good experience, just talking about the palette, not about the delivery. But it was a very, very good experience, and I'm so, so glad. This is now the 3rd palette that I do have from BPerfect Cosmetics, and I'm thrilled that I am kind of really, really, I am totally into this brand, because every single palette that I have from them is so, so good, you know? What can I say? Yeah, so that is basically my review of the palette. Swatches I will try to do maybe on social media, on my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram. It is just too hard to fit all of this. Maybe I have to do it in stages or something like this. But I think it was so, so good for them to come out with a palette like this that is so fall themed. It is kind of traditional in a way, you know, a traditional fall themed palette, but let's not forget that there is nothing wrong with being traditional, with having with working with something that works, you know, or using something that works, or developing something that works. It is a good concept. It makes sense, you know? So I would never judge a brand for coming out with a traditional fall themed palette, because you do not have to reinvent the wheel 500 million times. You know, if something works, it works, you know? So yeah, I think it is a beautiful palette. It is very, very versatile for, I think, a lot of people, and even more than maybe the Love Tahiti palette, and that is so, so smart. So I loved it. Feel free to check out that brand if you have not done so yet. I'm super, super curious what you guys have to say. Some of you I know have this palette already and you have started to play with it. So yeah, I'm super curious what your experiences are. So anyway, let me know down in the comments, of course. And besides that, also, if you do have experiences with DHL, feel free to share. Okay, sweetie, if you've made it till here and you have not yet subscribed, then please do so right now. This is the last chance for this video. Besides that, of course, I'm gonna be back with more videos super, super soon. You will find my makeup listed in the description box, together with my links to social media, and of course my discount codes with the different brands. Again, as of right now when I'm filming this, I don't know if I will have one with BPerfect Cosmetics, but I have applied, so let's see. I'm hoping, you know, I hope that I will be found worthy of that. Okay, sweeties, besides that, of course, as you know, I'm gonna come back super, super soon, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.